All right, so today we are diving into meme coins.
Mm-hmm.
And not just like, your everyday Doge memes.
Right.
Like we're talking about this whole idea of a meme coin supercycle that's like been floating around. People are like really buzzing about it.
Yeah, it's gotten pretty loud out there.
Yeah. Especially like after Murad Mahmudov,
Yeah. Yes.
it's like put his name on it.
Big name.
So is this like the future of crypto? Or is this just going to be a flash in the pan?
Yeah.
What do we think?
I think those are the questions, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's what we're trying to figure out.
Totally.
And Mahmudov's definitely, he's made a name for himself, right?
Right.
So when he, throws his weight behind an idea, people listen.
Totally.
So this whole meme coin supercycle thing, it's got people talking.
Right.
And debating, right? Can these coins that are really fueled by online hype, and it's all about the buzz and community,
Right.
can they actually, hold their value long term? Because it is a really different story than, your Bitcoin, Ethereum.
Totally.
The more traditional cryptos that have, the tech behind them.
Yeah, and like real use cases.
Yeah.
And,
Utility.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
So it really is like flipping the script on how we thought about this whole space, right?
Yeah.
Like Mahmudov's theory is basically saying that these things aren't just a fad.
Right.
This is like they're riding this wave of hype, and it's all about the community.
The community is the driving force.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then the big question is, why are traders so drawn to them?
Yeah.
Because they're like notoriously volatile.
Oh, absolutely. And I think that's part of the appeal, right?
Yeah.
This is not for the faint of heart.
Right.
This is, you can make a lot of money really quickly,
Right.
but you can also lose a lot of money really quickly.
Right.
And I think that's a big part of the allure, is that it's like this high risk, high reward,
Right.
kind of like a gamble almost. It's like the Wild West of crypto, right?
Exactly. And people, they want to strike it rich quickly.
Right.
And we're not talking about, months or years. We're talking 24 hours.
Yeah.
Like people are chasing those returns like within a day of buying into a meme coin.
Right.
Which is just wild when you think about, traditional investing. You've got venture capitalists who are like holding on to these investments for years and years and years. And these meme coin traders are like, no, I want to make money now.
Yeah, exactly. Like, what can I get right now?
It's like-
This is a completely different mindset.
It's a completely different mindset. And I think that's why it's so fascinating to see this shift in how some traders are approaching the market. Right.
Yeah, right.
Because you've got Basel Ismail, who's the CEO of Block Circle.
Okay.
And he's made this point that, after getting burned by these utility tokens that didn't live up to the hype, some people are just like, you know what, meme coins, it's a different game.
Right. I'm not even pretending that this is about the tech.
Yeah.
This is about the community and the fun and the memes.
Yeah. So it's almost like it's less about like the technology.
Yeah.
Like it is about the community. It's about like the shared love of the meme.
It's the shared experience.
Like the fun of it.
The emotional investment is huge.
Right.
Like people are they're buying into the meme as much as they're buying into the token itself.
Like the GameStop AMC.
Yes.
Like that whole thing where you had these communities that were just like basically
You're like a movement.
Yeah, it's a movement.
It's not just an investment strategy, it's like a social movement almost.
Right. And it wasn't even about the fundamentals of the company.
No.
It was about like sticking it to the man or whatever.
It was about, sticking it to the hedge funds. It was about, being a part of something.
Being part of something.
Yeah. And I think that's what Ismail is getting at, is that, meme coins tap into that same like shared belief
Right.
within a community. But just like any kind of herd mentality,
Right.
there are risks.
Right. Because you can get caught up in the hype and
Absolutely.
and things can go south very quickly.
Volatility is huge here.
Right.
Like prices can swing wildly based on, nothing.
Nothing.
Like a tweet, a rumor.
It's pure hype.
Pure hype. And people, FOMO kicks in, fear of missing out, and they just buy in.
Right.
And then the next day, it crashes, and they're left holding the bag.
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? Like meme coins, they're like the fast fashion
Yes.
of the crypto world.
That's a perfect analogy.
It's like Crypto Rand said that. I was like,
He's right.
that is exactly like what's hot today might be gone tomorrow.
Exactly.
And you never know.
It's like what is the trendy meme coin today? It could be gone tomorrow.
Right.
And then something else will pop up.
So we've got this exciting, risky, community-driven market.
Yes.
But is this meme coin supercycle, is it the real deal?
Right.
Or are we just,
building castles in the clouds?
building castles in the clouds, like Jameson Lopp?
Right. Yeah.
That was his thing.
Yeah, he's a voice of, I think, much needed skepticism in this space.
Right.
Because I think there's a lot of hype, there's a lot of excitement.
Right.
But, he's the co-founder of Casa, which is a Bitcoin security company.
Right.
So he's coming at it from a very different perspective.
Right.
And he's like, look, these meme coins, they're ultimately headed for a crash.
Right.
Like, they're going to go back to zero.
Because they don't have any utility.
Because they don't have the utility. They don't have that real world value.
Right.
That gives a digital asset staying power.
Right. It's like the .com bubble.
Right.
Yes.
Exactly.
It's like, yeah, there's all this hype.
All this hype, yeah.
But eventually things will level out.
Yeah.
And the things that have actual value will survive.
The ones that are building something real,
right.
Those are the ones that are going to be around for the long term.
Okay, but we can't just ignore this whole, this elephant in the room, right? Like when it comes to market manipulation.
Oh, yeah.
Because, on-chain investigations have shown that, Mahmudov himself owns a ton of meme coins.
Yeah. He's got skin in the game.
So it's like...
Which makes you wonder.
Yeah.
Right.
Because, if he's predicting that there's going to be this meme coin supercycle.
Right.
But he also owned a bunch of them.
Yeah.
It just seems a little
conflicted.
Conflicted.
Yeah. A little suspicious, perhaps.
Yeah. What do you really what's your angle here?
Right. Is it a self-fulfilling prophecy?
Right.
Right. Is he trying to will this into existence by talking about it?
Right.
Or is this, is he a true believer?
Right.
And he's putting his money where his mouth is.
Right.
It's hard to say. It's definitely something to think about.
Yeah.
Because if he's right and this meme coin supercycle is real,
right,
he stands to make a lot of money.
Right.
But if he's wrong,
right, and
this is all just a bubble,
right,
he's going to lose a lot of money too.
Right. And so are a lot of people that are following.
Exactly. And I think that's the real question, right? Are we seeing a legitimate market trend here?
Right.
Or are people just getting, swept up in the hype?
Right.
And are everyday investors being kind of led astray by these, these big names who may or may not have their best interests at heart?
Right.
It's a tough one.
Yeah.
It's a tough one to answer.
It's like we're all trying to pick winners in this meme coin horse race or something. Yeah.
Yeah. And some people are just looking at the jockey's colors instead of the horse's track record.
Totally. So what do you what's a smart investor supposed to do in all of this? Especially if you're maybe new to crypto.
Right.
You're just hearing about these meme coins.
Well, the first thing is don't panic, right? Don't just throw your hands up and say, I'm out.
Right.
The key really is knowledge is power.
Okay.
It's about arming yourself with information.
Okay.
Because knowledge is going to be your best defense against making bad decisions, right? So do your research. Understand what you're getting into.
Okay.
Because meme coins, they are inherently volatile.
Okay.
They're often driven by speculation in the short term.
Right.
So don't get swept up in the hype without actually doing your due diligence.
Right. Okay. So knowledge is power.
Yeah.
What does that actually look like? Right.
Yeah.
In terms of meme coins, what kind of homework are we doing here?
It's about going beyond just the memes, right?
Okay.
And the funny names and actually digging deeper. Imagine you're going to buy a car.
Okay.
You wouldn't just hand over your money because it looks cool, right?
Right.
You would check the mileage.
Right.
You'd want to see if the engine works, right?
Right. You'd want to make sure it's not going to break down.
Exactly.
As soon as you drive it off the lot.
You want to look under the hood, right?
Right.
Same thing with meme coins. You want to understand, for example, a coin's tokenomics.
Okay, wait, tokenomics.
Yeah.
What, break that down.
So tokenomics It's basically like the DNA of a cryptocurrency.
Okay.
It tells you like how the tokens are distributed, what their purpose is, do they offer any utility?
Okay.
Like with meme coins, the tokenomics can be very different compared to, say, like a utility token that's used within a specific platform.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, so you want to understand that stuff.
So instead of just like getting caught up in the memes and the buzz,
right,
you're saying like investors should actually be like looking under the hood.
Yeah.
Trying to like understand how this stuff works.
Absolutely.
Who's behind it? Like what's the actual potential here?
Exactly. You want to like look out for red flags as well, like,
Okay, like what?
Like artificial price inflation,
Oh, okay.
Like pump and dump schemes.
Okay, so what is that?
So pump and dump, basically what happens is like, these groups of people, they'll coordinate to like artificially inflate a coin's price.
Okay.
Through hype.
Right. So they create this
illusion that like the price is surging.
Right.
And then they get all these unsuspecting investors to buy in, and then they like quickly sell off their own holdings.
So they make all the money.
They cash out at the top.
And everyone else is just like holding the bag.
Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah. And this happens more often than you'd think, right?
Right.
Yeah. So it's definitely something to be aware of. But I think going back to your point about like, research and understanding.
Yeah.
Like, you need to understand your investment goals.
Okay.
Like, what are you trying to achieve?
Right.
What's your risk tolerance?
Right. Are you in it for are you trying to, like, make a quick buck?
Exactly.
Or are you playing the long game?
Right. Are you looking for steady growth over time?
Right.
Or are you okay with, like, high risk, high reward?
Right, because meme coins are definitely more on the like...
They're definitely more on the risky side.
Yeah. It's like choosing between like a sailboat and a speedboat or something.
Exactly. Yeah. Like you got to know.
You got to know what you're getting yourself into.
Yeah.
For sure.
But then this whole like debate about meme coins, right?
Yeah.
Like this whole supercycle theory.
It feels like it's about more than just like making money quickly.
Right.
Like it's almost like a clash of cultures a little bit.
Right. It's like it's the Wild West versus like the established like financial institutions.
Yeah. So where does that leave the future of crypto?
That is the $1 million question, right?
Yeah. It really is like the Wild West versus Wall Street.
Right. It's like who's gonna win out in the end?
Right. Or do they both like find a way to exist?
Yeah. Is there some kind of like truce?
Right.
Or like a blending.
Do they become friends? I don't know.
Yeah, it's a fascinating question. And honestly, like I don't think anybody really knows the answer. Like we're in uncharted territory here.
Right.
We've never seen anything quite like this meme coin phenomenon before.
Right.
Like it's challenging. Like everything we thought we knew about finance, about like how we assign value to things.
It's exciting and terrifying at the same time, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
It's like discovering a new continent or something.
Yes.
But you don't have a map.
You don't know. You're like, okay, there's something here.
Yeah.
But I don't know what to make of it yet.
Right, exactly.
I don't know what the rules are.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and I think that's what's so cool about it is that it's like we're figuring it out as we go, and that's how disruption works.
Right.
Like if it was predictable, it wouldn't be disruptive.
Right, exactly. So where do we go from here then?
Yeah.
Like what's a curious mind that wants to like learn about this to do?
Keep asking questions, right?
Oh.
Like don't just take anything at face value. Keep learning, keep researching.
Right.
And most importantly, like keep an open mind.
Okay.
Because this space, it moves so fast.
Right.
There's always something new happening.
Right. So it's for our listeners, right?
Yeah.
It's like the deep dive doesn't stop when they like hit pause on the episode.
Exactly.
It's like they got to keep going.
Yeah, keep that explorer's mindset.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Keep digging. Keep your mind open to this stuff.
Absolutely. And remember to have some fun with it.
Right.
Like this is crypto.
It's supposed to be fun. Yeah.
It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be exciting.
Yeah.
Like don't take it too seriously, right? Like obviously, don't invest more than you can afford to lose.
Right. Always good advice.
Always good advice.
Yeah.
But, like enjoy the ride.
Enjoy the ride, yeah.
This is a really interesting time to be involved in this space.
Yeah.
And it's only gonna get crazier.
Well, on that note, happy diving, everybody.
Happy diving.